Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 5:30, and I will call this regular meeting of the Burnsville City Council to order. And I see that we have some guests here this evening, and I'd like to welcome everyone to our council meeting. I understand that some of the folks, I just got the sign-in sheet, that some of the folks who are here are wanting to speak at citizens' comments. Just to let everyone know, we have a procedure. We will set aside 10 minutes for citizens' comments, and we will then proceed with the rest of our agenda. And at this time, I would invite everyone to join us for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have announcements for our upcoming meetings. Council meetings are scheduled, regular council meetings, Monday. Now, this meeting is going to be on November 4th because on November 5th, it's an election day, and by statute, we are not allowed to hold council meetings on election day. Now, we don't have an election, but the school district does. We also have work sessions scheduled for Tuesday, November 19th at 5:30 p.m. and Tuesday, November 12th at 5:30 p.m. And our budget work sessions are scheduled for Tuesday, November 12th at 5:30 and Tuesday, November 26th at 5:30 p.m. And then we adopt the tax, levy, and budget on Tuesday, December 3rd at 6 p.m. And we have one proclamation this evening, and this is for Make a Difference Day. Whereas serious social problems concern our nation and threaten its future. And whereas connecting with others and working together through volunteer services can bridge the difference that separate people and help solve serious social problems. And whereas we, the American people, have a tradition of philanthropy and volunteerism. And whereas since 1992, volunteers and communities have come together on this day with a single purpose: to improve the lives of others. Whereas the people of Tenga, with support from Arby's Foundation and Points of Life, have joined to promote an annual National Day of Doing Good that celebrates and strengthens the spirit of volunteer service. And whereas volunteer service is an investment in a future we all must share. Now, therefore, I, Elizabeth Couts, Mayor of the City of Burnsville, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim Saturday, October 26, 2019, to be Make a Difference Day in Burnsville, and urge my fellow citizens to observe this day by connecting with friends, fellow employees, and relatives, and with religious, school, and civic groups to engage in projects benefiting their community. Proclaimed this 22nd day of October, 2019. The next item then on our agenda is citizens' comments. And if you have seen the brochure out there, we set aside 10 minutes for citizens' comments, and we invite people to share their thoughts on items. Citizens' comments is for items that are not on a printed agenda and not in application form that will be coming before us at a future date. And we ask that people also respect our values. There's only one thing in this chamber, and that is our value statement. And we ask that you practice civility and mutual respect. And so we are now at citizens' comments. And I understand that I think Amaya Eden would like to speak. And just a reminder, at citizens' comments, we listen, but we make no decisions.
Well, you guys have had 3 months to make a decision, so you guys will. As you said, my name is Amaya Eden, and I will first let you know that the comment section will go well up more than 10 minutes because you have ignored us, and we are actually here today and in your face, and you will not ignore us, and you will not continue to disrespect our families. On July 2nd, my brother, Tuesday, July 2nd, 2019, was murdered by 5 law enforcement officers from 9 different agencies. There were 90 officers there. Your police department was among those 9 agencies that was responsible for the murder of my brother. We put in data requests and evidence preservation letters on July 8th. It is now October 22nd. Or September, right? October, okay. October 22nd. You guys have continued to ignore us since. We've sent them via email, we've sent them via mail, we've also called you guys. You've made no contact with the family. You guys have made no efforts to communicate with us and give us the public information that we deserve, that is our basic right. That is why we're here today, to demand an answer, to demand a day and time we can come in to get our public records of the officers that were involved, as well as the body and dash cam footage from that night. That is my comment, and I expect an answer at the end of this. Otherwise, we will disrupt the meeting. You've had 3 months to consider giving us our evidence and and meet our demands, and you have not. So that's completely disrespectful to start off with by telling us to be civil and to, limit us to 10 minutes after you've ignored us for 3 months and you're a representative of Burnsville. What matter is more important than the murder of my brother? Not only was your city involved in the murder of my brother, your city also helped in the murder of Mariequinones, and that family is here too. So for you to completely start off the meeting like that, and completely disrespect our 2 families like that, and try to police our language, and for you to tell us we're limited to 10 minutes to express our anger, our frustration with the city of Burnsville, is an awful way to start off the meeting. Completely awful way to start off the meeting, especially since you've ignored us for 3 months, well over 3 months now. So everybody here is gonna have a voice, is gonna speak for as long as they want to, because there is no issue going on in the city of Burnsville more important than the murders of our family members. So that deserves time, as long as it needs to. We deserve answers. And we're gonna demand that for however long we need to take up space for however long we need to speak, we will. And that's something you're not gonna be able to control. Whether we wanna express our frustration by cussing, by being rude, we have every right to. We've been patient for well over 3 months now. So we will act and talk however we want to, because you've refused to listen to us. So now we're refusing to listen to you. You're gonna listen to us because we're here. We've tried, we've taken all the legal avenues. You've ignored us.
Thank you. The next speaker is Deanie Aden.
So, as you guys know, I'm the brother of Isaac Aden, and if you guys didn't notice when you guys were talking about your codes and ethics and how people in the back were chuckling, your ethics say respect, honesty. We didn't get any of that. When our brother was murdered, execution style, 2 non-lethal explosives, rifle bullets, and beanbag bullets, no department has reached out to us. Nobody reached out to us. You guys are well aware of Isaac's situation because we did an email blast. We've had thousands and thousands, actually over 95,000 people emailed the city council members and your police departments. So we're not gonna sit here and pretend like you guys aren't aware of Isaac, but what I'm seeing is just negligence, and frankly that you guys don't even care. Like my sister said, we put in data request forms for public information, which we're entitled to by law. And you guys would not even give us that. We're entitled to that by law, and we just lost a brother. Like, where is the respect? Where is the humanity you guys have? Do we have to, so first of all, we had to do this with Egan. When we came out and protested for Egan, they magically found our request from weeks ago. When we did that from Bloomington, they magically found our request. When we did that for Edina, they magically found our request. And after tonight, you guys will somehow, oh, we didn't see it, oh, we're so sorry. That means absolutely nothing to us. We're a grieving family. You guys should know better than this. When a victim of police brutality gets their family members killed, we have no time to grieve, because there's people like you who get elected and do absolutely nothing to help make that process easier. We have to fight for basic information. Our rights are violated. You guys do absolutely nothing besides sit here. Like, that is beyond disrespectful. And not only are you guys disrespecting the family members, you guys are breaking Minnesota state law. Think about that. You're not only violating the rights of a family member who just lost his brother, but you're also breaking the law. We put you guys in positions like this to help grieving families. We put you guys in positions to make a difference. And I liked how you started this meeting with Make a Difference Day. Instead of next Saturday, Make a Difference Day could be October 22nd, today. We've seen time and time again, police departments frankly not even care about the family members, and we get, oh, we're so sorry. That means absolutely nothing without any actions. You guys can tell me every single thing that you guys will do, but that means absolutely nothing to me until I see action. So Burnsville can be like every other police department and city that keeps disrespecting families, not providing any transparency, or like you guys said, you guys can make a difference. And hopefully, I hope you guys choose the right decision, because we have the truth on our side. Incident detail reports and everything. We basically know the story. We need the footage. So there's no reason why you guys should be denying us. And please don't use the fact that this is a pending investigation. There's countless of hours where I didn't go to sleep, studying the law, reading the statute, and I'm well aware that you guys, as the mayor, have the power to release it. We've seen this done multiple times. So the fact that you guys already don't do it, body cameras were made for police accountability and to ensure that the public is aware of what's going on. So why are we hiding it? Why are we holding on to it? If the body cameras were made for the public, why is it being hidden from the public? As the mayor, you have the power to release the body cameras tomorrow. There's nobody that you have to talk to. Your city attorney can tell you that under the Minnesota state law, you have the power to do so. If it helps unrest, if it helps with the law enforcement process and dispels wide rumors. I don't have to tell you, you guys can go out and research for yourself of how many different articles are just 100% false. The multiple articles conflicting about my brother, dehumanizing him. For those of you guys who don't know, Isaac was a full-time college student as well as a full-time employee at Credit Union, Aspire Credit Union. He was supposed to graduate with his IT degree this fall. This December, after he graduated, we plan to go to Costa Rica. We should have made that trip to Costa Rica. Isaac should still be here with us today. Brian should still be here with us today. And the fact that we have to pay for officers' mistake is, I can't even describe it. Like, our loved ones are supposed to be here and they're not because of negligence. And we have cities like Bloomington, like Burnsville, who don't give the families any transparency and who hold on to information for whatever reason. I don't even know why. So I just wanted to peacefully speak with you guys because we did take the civil routes. We did send in multiple requests. We did speak with the police departments. We did everything we can. And Bloomington told us that the reason that we don't get the body camera, we're not qualified to get the body camera, is because our unrest is like Ferguson. So if Bloomington wants Ferguson to happen in their city, if Burnsville wants that outcome of people burning down buildings, we don't ever want to do that. We're not violent people. We're not criminals. And we won't let you guys do that. But if we have to come back to these meetings, we will. If we have to protest out in the streets, we will. Because the truth is on our side. And I just hope that you guys decide to make the right decision, because we know what's right and wrong. And if you guys don't, you guys will be seeing me every single meeting from here on out.
Thank you. Ashleyquinones?
Hi, I'm Ashleyquinones. I am the widow of Brian Quinones, who was murdered in Richfield, Minnesota, September 7th. Your department was also present, and you guys have had no condolences or sincerest apologies or any concern for either of our families. I don't understand how you guys are supposed to act like we are supposed to respect authority when you don't respect us. You feel comfortable in your positions behind your desks and doing nothing when your cities are fucking up. I'm not gonna continue to sit back and be a peaceful protester if we're not gonna be given our basic rights. You guys are breaking the law by not giving us our information. It is public data. There's no reason for you not to release that information. I don't understand why you're not giving a family basic information that is their right. You guys are all elected officials. You guys work for us. We pay for you to be here. And you guys disrespect us after you murder us. So I now am a single mom permanently, single mom, okay? And you guys could care less. You don't address shit. It's disgusting. I honestly, I always have said I don't wish this upon anybody, but I honestly do, because how else are you people to understand what we go through? I mean, it's disgusting. Your department showed up on scene. Half of them are photoed laughing in my face while I'm grieving the death of my husband. It's disgusting. So you're gonna have to release our information. It is public data. It is our right. We are humans, we are Americans, we are citizens, and we pay for you. So you're gonna release our information, or we will. We will protest around houses. We will protest around anybody that is in our way. I have nothing better to do. There's no family for me to go home to. No family. Thank you to the system.
Wilma Rosario.
I'm Mariequinones, sister of Brian Quinones, who was shot and killed in Richfield September 7th. I'm here to support Isaac's family, which I consider my family also, because I feel their pain. Isaac's sister and Isaac's brother is a reflection of me and my little brother. And I know exactly how they feel. I know exactly what they're going through. I don't find it fair that you guys are sitting here, staring at them, not giving them a response, because I wish the same for my brother. I'm a single parent also. This is my son. Not also am I taking care of him, I'm taking care of my nephew. I'm taking care of my sister-in-law, because they have nobody else. And I know what it's like now because Brian took care of me. All I ask is that you guys give them the information that they're asking for. And the dash camera, thank God, thank Isaac's sister and brother that we're getting our dash cam footage tomorrow. And I hope that you guys have a little bit, just a little bit of sincerity for them, and that you guys are able to help them and ask them in what they're asking for. That's all I've come here to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Keith McCarran.
Hi, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members, for allowing me to speak. I stand with both these families. I've also lost a family member to gun violence. And so I'm appealing to you today, not necessarily as politicians, but as people. And I want you to respond with compassion. I want you to respond with morality. I want you to think about how you would feel if you lost one of your family members and you couldn't find out anything about how they passed because you had a wall that prevented you. As people have stated, those dash cams, those body cams, they're meant to support the police, but they're also meant to support the citizens as well. This whole idea was that we would be able to build a rapport and build community trust. But it doesn't build community trust when the footage is not released. It breaks community trust. So what we're calling for is the camera footage, the dash camera footage, want the MDC messages that they sent to each other, want the dispatch logs, the dispatchers, the 911 tapes. All of those things are public communications. It's not like we're asking you to reveal any secrets. Those are all public communications. Every police officer knows when he types on his MDC that that's a public communication, but they don't act like it because they type things that they should never have typed. They've been caught doing it. Every dispatcher knows that they need to dispatch calls professionally and they need to handle the incident professionally, but sometimes they don't because they're caught in an insular world. And the same for you guys. You're caught in an insular world. You're in the world of politics. That's what you deal with. And sometimes it's really hard to step out of that world and feel the agony and trauma that those families are going through. And the issue here is not whether you believe that the person murdered was doing something wrong or not doing something wrong. The issue is that these families are traumatized. They have to go through this repeatedly over and over and over. Every time they come and face you, every time they come and talk to people and make these requests, they have to tell that story again. They have to relive those horrors again. And it's not just them, it's their family members, it's friends, it's community. This one event will traumatize literally hundreds of people. And we don't think that way. We're used to just reading the newspaper and saying, yep, this guy got shot by the cops. Here's the official story. They did this, they did that. But I'm telling you right now, the media sells papers. That's their job. So they want to make it sensational. Police don't want to admit responsibility, so they make covers. That's their job. That's what they do. They justify, no matter whether they're wrong or right, they justify. The thing that is impartial is those documents. The camera footage, the MDC messages, the dispatch logs, all the 911 calls. Those are the things that they break out of the system. That's just the truth from the viewpoint of whoever happened to call. I really, I strongly support your, do a good deed day. But I want you to do a good deed every day. I want you to have the morals that I know you have. I look at your faces, I know you have these morals. I know if it was your family, you would want somebody to stand up for you and tell you the truth. At least then they can have some closure. And so I'm calling on you, not as city council members, not as a mayor, not as a city attorney, city clerk, public works, police. I'm calling on you as fellow citizens to do the compassionate, kind thing that costs you so little to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Katie Cummins, and I think it's Bacco. Forgive me if I mispronounced your last name.
My name is Katie Cummins Bacco, and I had a lot I wanted to say before I got here, and then I would love to believe everything Keith just said before me, but I am much more jaded than he is. I've been watching your faces from when we first started talking with Samaya about her brother, and then all the way to what Keith had said, and I completely disagree with him. I hate to say, I don't believe your compassion is there. I think you continue to see everybody as the others, and that you're insulated to the point where you don't have to feel the emotions that these families feel. And I think that's why you're holding back the information, and that you're comfortable sitting in those seats. You didn't start looking at people, half of you, until the cursing and the anger did come out, until the threats of continued protests did come out. And the anger that people are showing is a necessary item, because until people start speaking up with more powerful voices, you don't care at all. Until the anger and the threats to your positions as elected officials come to the table, you guys have been looking down. Vince has hardly looked up at all the entire time we've been here. So the disrespect in a listening session, when you don't even bother to look at these families pouring their hearts out to you, show me that you don't care. You see this as families that you can't relate to, you don't have empathy for, and as a white woman, all I can think of is that it's because of race. And the longer these videos get held back, as someone who's followed police brutality in the state of Minnesota, the more I'm suspect as what's going on with those videos. Because other cities have released them much sooner than you have, and the longer you withhold them, the more suspicion you're putting on your own department. In my community, a man was shot by the police on my street. Just for one more example of what Minnesota's doing to the community and the police departments that's pushing the wedge further and further apart, kids are walking over the bloodstains on the streets that your departments are leaving behind. If you think this has to do with one person here, one person there, one grieving family here, one there, you're wrong. You're creating a wedge that will not be able to be forged back together eventually by the behavior you're exhibiting. I've never been to a city council meeting in Burnsville, and I'm disgusted. I don't even remember what I came to say, but just watching your behavior, I know why they're frustrated, sad, and upset. And it's of zero shock to me that your department was involved in this. And I'm taking names, and I'm gonna keep finding out from Samaya, the Aden family, when they get what they've asked for. The longer you hold on to it, the more I know what's going on. Thank you.
Blanche.
I'm Shara Blanche. Someone else came in and she wants to speak as well. She is the wife of someone who was murdered by police 10 years ago. I think it's important to hear what she has to say.
Then give us your name.
My name is Teixeira Caraway. I just want you guys to put yourself in our family's shoes. You guys are human beings. This was a human being that lost his life. His family is in here pleading for you guys to release the evidence, to release what they deserve. They deserve to know what happened to their brother. What if this was your brother? What if this was your son? Release the information that the family deserves. I'm in tears because I've lived this. The St. Paul police beat my son's father and put him in a dumpster behind the Midway. And I'm in tears because I knew that there would be more families that the police in Minnesota would murder. And that there would be people in these seats, in these positions, holding back evidence, helping to cover up the murders. So I'm only asking, as a loved one, but most of all, as a human being, for you guys to put yourself in our shoes. As a human being, as someone who has loved ones, who have people that you love, to release what the family deserves. That's all.
Thank you.
My name is Blanche. I'm a Richfield resident. My son, for 2 years, played hockey across the street here in Burnsville. I'm a friend of Ashleyquinones. I've been friends with her for 5-6 years. I went to her her and Brian's wedding reception. Her son, Cameron, is a hockey player as well. He's sitting back there. And Cameron and my son are friends. I met Amaya and Aden at the vigil that was held the day after Brian Quinones was murdered for the first time. I want to know when you are going to respond to their data requests. I understand you typically don't provide comment back, but now is your opportunity. I'm waiting.
Can we get a date?
Well, I thank you for coming and
No,
for giving
I need a
us.
date.
No, I will tell you that in the table outside is a card for our city manager.
No, we've tried.
She will respond to you. She is out of town, and I
Your attorney is
thank
right
you.
there.
Yes, I understand.
Your attorney makes those decisions.
I
The attorney
thank you.
has the final call.
No, he doesn't.
Actually, he does. I work
So-
for a city. I know how this goes.
Very good. I'm glad that you do. But thank you for coming and for sharing. We
Oh, no, 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 no,
empathize.
no.
Yeah, we empathize with
No.
all that you have gone through.
No.
For all that you have gone through. I know that.
You can shut the fuck up because we're not taking that
Okay.
disrespect.
So I
No.
think we now will proceed.
You're not gonna talk. No.
I,
No, you can vote in the meeting. We will just continue. We will chant. We will chant. You're not going to do that.
no justice, you don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace.
I need a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
We don't get no justice.
Table the Lakeland investment land sale public hearing and to the next meeting. And to adjourn the council meeting.
They don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace.
I need a motion.
Who the fuck are you without your name
I
tag?
need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Who the fuck you think you're gonna
I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. Table the Lakeland investment land sale public hearing to the next meeting and to adjourn the meeting. I have a motion by
We don't get no justice.
I have a motion.
If I speak,
I have a motion.
do you mind if I speak? Thank
I
you.
have a motion. I have a motion, and there's a second,
I'm
and
not-
there is a discussion. He is speaking.
Shut the fuck up, you old
He
ass
is.
bitch.
Please,
You're
miss.
disrespectful as fuck.
You-
You're disrespectful as
Miss.
fuck.
Yeah.
You are disrespectful. Everybody
Thank you
else
for
around
coming.
here disrespectful.
Thank
Please let us have. Please let us have. Please let us have.
You're not gonna fucking talk. You're gonna let other people talk because you represent a city. You don't represent yourself. You represent everybody. You're a public servant. We pay you. You're not serving us, so we're gonna let everybody else talk. We're gonna let everybody else who wants to serve the public talk because you're not doing your job, and I will make damn sure you're replaced. And you're not sitting in that seat anymore. Go ahead, you can talk.
Everybody has an expiration date.
We have a policy we work by, and I know you don't like the policy.
No, we took the legal avenues. We took the legal avenues on July 8th. It's October 22nd.
Please respect what I'm going to say.
Go ahead. You haven't respected mine. You didn't respect what I had to say on July 8th. I had to come in here yelling. And you continue to ignore me and talk over me and tell me to respect you. I've waited since July 8th. I've waited since July 8th to hear back from you. That was your chance to talk. That was your chance to talk. That was your chance to talk. Now you're going to listen to me. No, you guys are done. Your meeting is done. I don't care. I'm sorry you have to deal with this, but no.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. And the motion carries. And
We'll be back every single meeting. We'll be back every single meeting. We'll be back. Bye.